In the shadowed corners of the rusty halibut, where madness wears hats and whispers come dressed as riddles, Maximus met her. Aleta. Wrapped in mystery, quick glances, and the kind of truths that cut before they comfort. She wasn't meant to listen, but she did. She wasn't meant to hear, but she heard too much. So she ran. Torches hiss and spit in the damp air. Shadows stretch between tents, flickering against canvas and stone. The caravan breathes with quiet movement, restless, watchful. Maximus stands beside Aleta, his cane tapping lightly against gravel. Most eyes stay distant, measuring.
I'm grateful, you know. For the place, the protection, and for you taking the risk. But I can't shake the feeling you're still holding something back.
Have I? I thought I gave you everything worth knowing about the caravan when we left Night Song.
Not just about the caravan, about what I've walked into. The others. They move like it's instinct, like they were born to it. They draw eyes the way fire draws mouths.
They burn faster too. The ones who shine brightest. You think they're invincible, but half of them are breaking where no one sees. You don't have to be like them to survive this.
I don't move like them, and you know that. I just need to know I'm not moving into something I was never meant to survive.
Ah yes, the rules. I keep forgetting you're still looking for a map.
Honestly, I wasn't sure a place like this even had rules.
Of course we do. Without rules, we collapse. We're not a kingdom, but we survive like one. Discipline is rhythm. Rhythm is survival. Fall out of step, and you fall alone.
Right. Well, I'm not here to throw off the tempo.
Good. Because here, the music matters. Rule 1. No lies inside the ring. Out there, masks, games, secrets, we all wear them. But in the ring, only truth walks with us.
Understood.
Rule 2. Loyalty is earned. No chains, no oaths. But betrayal, we don't forget. Not once. Not ever. They'll test you, Aleta. Watch how you carry yourself. They always do.
I didn't come here to perform for the judgment.
No one asked you to. We've got dancers, those who speak in silk and sway. You move with purpose, with precision. That's not the same. Rule 3. No violence without cause. Defend when you must, but don't provoke. If steel is drawn, you finish it. But we don't burn unless the cold bites first.
And if your father finds me? Or the men I ran from?
Then we learn what they bleed. You're not here to shrink into the corners, Aleta. You're here to stand with us. You'll take on a role, you'll pull your weight. We don't carry ghosts.
That sounds like a vow.
It is. Fire and dust keep it. And now, so do you.
And if they ask why I'm here?
You're a guest, a performer, a voice with truths the world forgot how to listen for.
Is that all?
For now, it's enough.
Torchlight flickers as Maximus and Aleta move deeper into the encampment. Laughter drifts through the canvas lanes. Steel rings against steel in distant rhythm. A group of children darts past, chasing a glowing insect through the dark. Maximus slows, thoughtful.
You need to learn who you can trust, not just names, threads. This caravan, it's not a troop, not a tribe. It's a creature with 1,000 beating hearts. Find the ones that match your rhythm.
You said I'm no ghost. I suppose ghosts don't bother learning names.
No, and they don't listen either, but you do. Start with Arabella, Chief Enforcer, First Lieutenant of the Maximite Guild. If I ever use the word loyal, I mean her. We once chased a rogue agent through the plagued lands of Shadowmire to the cursed city of Bloodspire. Myself, her, and 2 others. Air like razors, ground slick with wet. We brought the rogue back in chains. Arabella didn't blink. Not once.
She sounds unshakable. Does she ever smile?
When she does, gods flinch. Her laugh? Rare, worth more than coin. Her partner, Octavia, is our archivist, 2nd Lieutenant of the Guild, also Ondarian. Quiet fire wrapped in ink and discipline. Mind like a scalpel. Corner her and you'll learn how sharp. Threaten their family and you'll taste both their blades.
They have a child?
It's complicated. Another time. Then, of course, there's Varla, my 3rd lieutenant. Weaponsmith, brilliant and volatile. Steam, lightning, steel. If it explodes, she's probably laughing. Answers only to me. Stands level with Arabella and Octavia. Don't ever volunteer for her experiments.
Noted.
Aric's easier. Wandering bard. Used to teach at the academy in Kali. Until Boredom bit him in the leg. Traded ivory towers for dust and campfire stages. He's wit and rhythm in a ragged coat. He'll ask about your inner melody. Let him.
That sounds vaguely threatening.
Only if you lie about it.
Rule number 1, right?
Exactly. Then there's Callisto, acrobat. She and I ran together back when I still wrangled beasts. She left, needed the wind for a while, but returned like the road had just paused for her. Tightrope, trapeze, anything that tempts gravity. Nobility in her blood. Rebellion in her bones.
You keep dangerous company.
You're part of it now. Up next, we have Olivia. Senior tavern maiden, desert born, keeps the wine flowing, the peace held, and the tent upright. If it has a spine, she's it. Clara, junior, small, sharp, terrifying if you lie. Clara's the heart, warm, steady, but Olivia keeps it from breaking. And Clara, she's the Caravan's favourite. They'd die for her. She sings like candlelight. And candlelight, it burns too.
She sounds kind. Though, kindness mixed with cunning is its own kind of dangerous.
And effective. Very. Now Claudius builds everything. Doesn't speak unless it's needed. Hands like hammers, heart like oak. Then there's Julius, total opposite. Talks too much. Thinks sideways. Probably created more chaos than Claudius has built tents. They're not brothers, but you'd be forgiven for assuming otherwise.
So they balance each other out. That seems common around here.
It's how we endure. Then of course Daedalus, one of our guards. He volunteers for every suicide mission I whisper. Answers to Arabella, bleeds for the Caravan. You'll feel safer with him nearby. And then there's Felix, our costumer. Brilliance with a needle. Always hunting for something bold, something worthy. And you're a walking challenge to his artistry.
So, he's already planning to design something for me?
Oh, he's probably sketching it as we speak. Oh, and finally, Gideon. Merchant. Whisper right. Tongue like a knife's edge. Unforgiving when wronged. One of the few I can't intimidate. Which makes him tolerable.
That sounds like respect in disguise.
You're starting to learn the dialect. Now can I forget Grace? Dancer from the forest realm of Jericho. She respects all forms of movement, especially Ondarian discipline. She'll see you as an equal, not a novelty.
That's good to hear.
Oh, and there's Jessica. Ondarian too, card shark, sharpshooter, and impossible to surprise. Calm, lethal, always 3 steps ahead. With her is Yovek, smuggler, Druidian, charm like warm wine and storage lined with exits. He moves like he's already on his way out of every room.
I'll keep an eye on him then.
Wise. Near them is Lorelei. Now Lorelei runs the pirate sideshow. She's Carletti. Loud, fearless, laughs like a ship's bell and spins tales that hook deeper than you'd expect. She'll try to win you over by the second sentence. Beyond her is Magritte, mind reader, or convincing lawyer. Ondarian too. She drifts between tents, whispering half-truths and philosophies no one asked for. Unsettling in her own way.
How do you deal with that?
I don't. I duck. And then there's me, Maximus. Caravan master, collector of secrets, betrayed son. Occasional fool, frequent savior, living legend.
You certainly know how to introduce yourself.
I aim for ore, or irritation, depends on the day. Paldrok's my second. Strong, silent, steady.
It seems like there's a story there.
We travel strange roads. Some we walk, some we don't. Ah, and that rather colourful figure yonder? That's Professor Larkspur, entertainer. Not his real name, likely not a professor either, but he keeps the children laughing and the adults distracted, which counts for more than credentials. And if you ever need her, Rebecca's our healer. Ondarian, precise hands, quiet eyes. She doesn't speak often, but when she does, people listen.
And the dancers?
Well, shy. She was queen of the dancers once. Still is in her own way. She'd rather be anywhere else, but failure taught her humility. We were something else once, she and I. Now she calls me a necessary evil. I still call her royalty. Sophia leads the troupe now, the senior dancer of course. Carletti, disciplined, steady, keeps the art breathing. Vespasian is currently the only male dancer and healer both. Says rhythm is life's breath. Some think he's ethereal. No proof, just presence. He sees people, and not their masks.
I like that.
Oh! And there's Sir Reginald Butler. Noble in name and posture. Drifts in and out. Harmless mostly. Unreasonably proud of his collection of rare cheeses.
For a place built on movement, you've built something that might just stand still long enough to feel like home.
Now comes the more complex part. You ask who you can trust. Just as vital knowing who you can't. Some walk amongst us. Some orbit the camp like wolves watching the fire. Some are tolerated. A few are only waiting for the right moment to bite.
Truth's only safe when you know where not to speak it.
Exactly. And there are names best kept behind your teeth. First, Aramalthea, bounty hunter, assassin, Carletti born, quiet as moonlight on drawn steel. She's hunting anyone with ties to the crown of the Tyrant King. That includes you now.
Does she know I'm here?
Not yet. Let's make sure it stays that way. Then there's Arundella. Yes, another dancer, but loyal to my father, Lord Volkov. Vampire. Court performer of Necrotia itself. Born and driven before it became a city of fangs and corpses. She sees more than most. Hears nearly everything.
I'm not like her.
No one's mistaking you for one of hers. Arundella makes people forget their names when she moves. That's her weapon. Mine's truth. Yours might be poise, but it's your own. That matters.
Good. I'd rather keep my footing than borrow hers.
Wise. Then there's Baccharos, the idiot of doom. Yes, that's what they call him. It's not a joke. Duridian, from the northern Shadow Hollows, the caverns that sit upon the borders of the Frosthelm mountain range. Chaos follows him like a shadow that doesn't know how to behave. He means well, sometimes, but trouble finds him, no matter the road.
So, not evil, just cursed?
The most dangerous kind of cursed. Now, Boris. He's no accident. Advisor to my father. Vampire. Second only to my father, in fact. Council seat in Necrotia. No known birthplace, but I suspect Nithros.
I've never heard of that place.
You're not supposed to, and not tonight. And finally, Bosun Tethys. No one knows what they are. They speak like sea foam and dream in riddles. Might not even be alive in any way we understand. Best to keep your distance.
I can't tell if that's fascinating or terrifying.
Both. Now, who else should I tell you about? Yes. Corvus. Carletti, leader of the Shadow Court. Not just dangerous, calculated. He thinks in decades. Moves pieces before anyone else knows there's a board. His reach is long. His enforcer, Orion, also Carletti. Sharp-edged, brutal, bitter. He hates me, and he'll hate you even more.
Not the type I get along with.
That's what's keeping you breathing. Then there's Duchess Isabeau, disgraced governess of the city of Garalos. Ondarian noble, tried to steal the crown of the Tyrant King for herself. Power obsessed. Can't tell the difference between a throne and a mirror anymore. Her closest ally? The former Lady Captain Dregan Valengale, stripped of rank for, well, all the worst reasons. Now she skulks the camp edges, spitting venom and waiting for relevance to remember her name.
And you let her stay?
I let her lose. Next is Elborer, assassin, Shadow Court, Carletti born, always carries a silver dagger, loves disguise. If you've seen her once, she's probably seen you 3 times.
So I should avoid both mirrors and shadows.
Exactly. And then there's Giggly. Horrible name. Worse man. Born in Shadowmire. Survived Bloodspire. But whatever good was in him didn't make it out. He's a bully. Cruel. A twisted mix of survivor and sadist.
What does he want?
An excuse. Don't give him one. And now, a tragedy. Governess Aleta, former noble of the desert realm of Colette. Her husband was executed. She blames everyone. She's convinced her daughter might be among the Caravan dancers. So now she dances too. Awkwardly, badly, trying to blend. She's not subtle, but she is desperate.
And desperate people are some of the most dangerous.
They are. Now, Grand Mage Artem. Not a threat, technically. Ondarian Druidian hybrid. Brilliant. Masked after an alchemical mishap. Nose in everything. Sometimes helpful, mostly irritating.
You sound like you barely tolerate him.
That's me being generous. Jacob and Jeremiah. Dealers. Liars. Alleged slavers. Jacob's from the forest realm of Druidia. Jeremiah's Ondarian. They trade in fear and secrets like coin. If they offer you anything, walk away.
Always?
Especially when they smile. And, of course, there's Jericho, General of the Armed Forces, under the control of my father, Lord Volkov. Vampire, old friend, very old. Voice like gravel scraping over broken stone. Quick temper, fierce loyalty. He'd die for me, I think, but I won't let him near the caravan. Not anymore.
Because he frightens them?
Because he frightens me. Ah, Minerva. Part human, part Sklade. Her kind were nearly wiped out by the monarchy. She passes as one of us thanks to the barber surgeons. Dances with the troupe. Carries secrets in her very bones.
Do the others know?
Some suspect, none speak. Also, keep watch for old Mad Alice. Possibly a sorceress. Possibly just mad. Hard to say. She talks to the trees like they talk back. And sometimes, they do.
You're serious?
I honestly Wish I weren't. Now, let me see, who have I missed? Have I missed anyone? Oh, yes. Next up, Radkin, Ondarian, named after the 31st deity, but carries none of his honour. Peddles lies wrapped in scripture. Charisma makes him dangerous. And see that rather tall man over there? Rafik. Carletti rogue. Refined. Elegant. Too clever. Too smooth. Fear doesn't touch him. I hate that about him.
Sounds familiar.
Don't start. Then, yes. Then we have Tarvek, vampire, council seat in Necrotia, equal in rank to Boris. They hate each other in public, plot together in private. Worse than enemies, cooperative rivals. After him, we have the mysterious Trick. Claims he's the last of something, though he never says what. Shifty, avoids eye contact. Might just be the last of the world's patience, if nothing else.
Doesn't sound like someone I'll be speaking to.
That would be wise. And then finally, even though he's not here, Wilberforce Tellers.
The one from the tavern?
The very same. Was a captain once. Might still be in his own mind. Mad as a cracked bell. Brilliant when he chooses to be. But dangerous. Because when he's right, no one believes it until it's too late.
I should have been taking notes. So, what do I do with all of this?
You carry it. Feel it. Walk like it's already written on your bones. The dangerous ones, they look for cracks. Don't give them any.
I'm a dancer, aren't I? That's who I am. Balancing on the edge of a blade is what I'm trained to do.
You speak like it's war. Discipline, precision, pain wrapped in beauty.
The first rule of performance is to keep moving. If you fall, you rise. If you falter, you smile.
Aye. There's courage in that. Not in the act, but in the lie you sell to survive it.
You never let the audience see the break. When the curtain drops, then you cry.
And when no one's watching, do you ever stop dancing? Now, let me show you something. Over there. You see that crimson and copper tent? The one hemmed with mirrored discs that flicker in the torchlight?
Whose scent is that?
Tara's. She's a dancer. Carletti by blood, ambition by nature. She doesn't dance with the main troupe. She's carving her own ascent on her own flame.
Tara. So she works the sideshows?
Exclusively. Says the main ring dilutes the art. Keeps herself distanced from the other dancers. Claims the stories come clearer when it's just her and the night.
She sounds like someone waiting for legend to catch up to her. Does she draw a crowd?
She does. She's talented, magnetic, a performer through and through. But don't let the charm fool you. Tara watches, always. She measures everything.
So the moment I step on stage... No. Before that.
You see that tent beside her? Purple, orange and white. The colours of the Ondarian flag. That one's yours.
It's very patriotic. Right next to hers?
Not an accident. Sideshows feed on contrast. Fire beside still water. Steel beside silk. Tara's hate will draw them in. Then they'll find you. Form, control, poise. Ondarian grace standing beside Carletti fire.
So she'll see me as competition.
In time, yes. For now, she'll greet you with warmth. A smile, a compliment. Later, she may try to outshine you or undercut you. Maybe not directly, but...
She dances with her hips. I dance with my spine. If she forgets the difference, that's on her.
Well said. Still, watch her. Tara's not cruel, but she's never learned how to share a spotlight. And you shine without trying. That unsettles people.
There's something beautiful about a rival you haven't met yet. All potential, no pain.
Enjoy the quiet while it lasts.
In the hush of the caravan's outer ring, a story begins in silence. Aleta has no costume yet, no canvas, no stage. But she has been named, given space, given eyes, both curious and cautious. She holds truth sharper than blades, and a grace older than some crowns. The caravan breathes her in, unsure if it has welcomed a spark or a storm. Beside her a tent waits to rise, and beyond her an empire of lies begins to tremble. Fort Titan sleeps lightly, and morning always comes.
Lantern light flickers along the stonework of the outer walls from the small guard post embedded into the battlements. A young guard named Aelfric peers out over the fortified caravan encampment below, fidgeting nervously with the strap of his helm. Standing beside him, stoic and unimpressed, is Commanding Officer Marcus Telgran, arms folded behind his back like a statue chiselled from old granite.
Sir, he's back, the showman, Volkov.
I saw him pass through the west gate. I thought the storm might follow him in. But it seems even the thunder respects his stride.
He wasn't alone. There was a girl with him, hooded, masked. Could barely see her face.
You were trying to?
No. No. I mean, it just seemed strange, sir. I mean, he never brings anyone with him. Not like that.
No, he doesn't.
Do you think she's one of the new... Well, do you think she's one of the new belly dancers? New recruit, maybe, for the show tent?
Keep your tongue behind your teeth, Private. You're a soldier of Ondar, not a winehouse gawker.
Yes, sir. Apologies, sir.
Just because she walks while wrapped in mysteries doesn't make her one of his performers. And even if she is, her role's her own business, not yours.
Well, still, sir, it's odd, isn't it? Him returning after so long, and now with a companion. A stranger wrapped in shadow, no name, no greeting.
You're new to this post, Aelfric. So let me give you a word of advice.
Sir?
There are three kinds of men who walk these walls. Those who watch, those who ask, and those who live long enough to regret asking. Maximus Volkov belongs to the kind that carries fire in his coat and shadows in his wake. If he brought someone in, it's because he means her to be here.
You don't think she's dangerous?
Dangerous, maybe. Important, certainly. But his kind of danger? Controlled, measured, and utterly beyond your pay grade.
What should I do then?
You do your job. You keep the gate. You don't speak her name because you don't know it. And you don't ask questions about things that come cloaked, masked, and under Maximus's wing.
Yes, sir.
He may come off like a blade forever half-drawn, but he guards his people like a dragon guards its hoard. If she's under his roof, she's safer than you are in your barracks.
I just hope she knows what she's walking into.
I hope everyone else knows what just walked in with her. They both fall silent. Outside, a fake echo of drums begins to thrum from the caravan's campfires, soft and seductive as dusk deepens. Some silences are heavy enough to fold the air around them. Out here, between the edge of flight and the echo of pursuit, names are softer than footsteps, and truth wears a different face each time it's spoken. The caravan waits, not in stillness, but in breath held. This is where the forgotten go to remember how to move, not louder, just with purpose. A soft wind stirs the edge of thick canvas. Inside the tent, low oil lamps catch the sheen of fabric rolls and silver-tipped tools. The air is warm with pressed cloth and aged cedar. Aleta enters, cloaked and hooded. Felix, seated at a work table, is finishing a delicate stitch by lamplight.
You're Felix?
So it begins. You wear your caution like a second spine. That's wise. In this place, it keeps you from being mistaken for prey.
Maximus said you'd help me stay unseen, and still move how I must.
He said little. He never says much unless he's already chosen a side. So, you're one of his new belly dancers. Not that I like the phrase, it's so vulgar.
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm joining as a sideshow performer. I'm trained in classical Ondarian. Maximus wants you to help me create a costume for my performance.
In that case, allow me to work with you on this. You've come to the right place. Now, with classical Ondarian, a costume should be graceful, beautiful, yet not a barrier. It should be elegant, but also a choice, an expression. One that doesn't ask permission to exist.
You drew that?
Oh, just a study. Instinct more than plan. It felt correct. Not for the stage, for the shadow just behind it. And of course, when I say shadow, I am of course referring to Tara.
She performs nearby, doesn't she? Terra.
She does. Her rhythm turns more heads than the music itself. She believes the right kind of attention can reshape a room or bend it.
And me?
You understand that silence isn't absence, it's intention. That's why Maximus sent you to me.
Your work, there's genuine detail here that takes years to learn. It's not just craft, it's something you listen for, isn't it?
You see more than you let on.
I've had to. I can stitch a clean line when needed. It's not much, but if you ever need an extra hand, one that knows when not to speak, I'd offer it.
Most think these are just garments, costumes. You did not make that mistake.
I don't think I can wear this dress anymore. Too much of it remembers. Once I have something new, could I give it to you? To repurpose, or, if not that, maybe pass it on?
Fabric travels better when it forgets the shape it used to hold. I'll see it finds someone who needs the thread more than the memory.
Thank you.
Tell me, has Maximus introduced you to any of the other members of the Caravan as of yet?
Maximus doesn't speak about the others. Well, he gave me a rundown, but didn't say much about many, especially Paldrok.
No, he speaks carefully. About most things, but especially those he's felt more than once. Their history runs like opposing winds, never touching but pulling the same sails. Sometimes a heart learns to balance across compass points. That's all I'll say.
Funny how the ones who see most clearly rarely look where everyone else is pointing.
There was a time when people waited months for what I made. When courts circled designs like gossip. Now I build masks for runaways, debts circling like wolves. This is the kind of shape I used to stay awake for.
I don't want attention. I just want space to move. A mask that's mine, not to hide, but to start again.
Then we make one that lets you vanish, and return when you choose to. It won't ask for applause, but it will carry presence. You won't need a second fitting. I already know the shape of your movement.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. Just wear it like no one ever gave you permission, and you never needed them to.
Then I'll wear it like a truth that was waiting for me to remember it.
Felix resumes work. There's more light in the tent than when she arrived. Aleta turns, her cloak still drawn, but the edge of her posture has eased. Two ghosts crossing, each made more real by the presence of the other. Not all masks are worn to deceive. Some are carved from the silence between heartbeats, shaped by need, by memory, by the ache of vanishing cleanly. In this tent of soft lamplight and old names left unspoken, two figures cross like shadows on silk. One learning how to disappear without fear, the other remembering why he ever taught hands to make beauty. No applause follows, only the quiet certainty that something true was shaped tonight. The scent of incense coils through the canvas air, thick with the echoes of distant drums and laughter from the caravan's encampment beyond. Tapestries flutter as Maximus strides in,
his boots caked in the dust of the Ondarian roads, his coat streaked with road soot and salt from the coast at Port Nightsong. At the centre of the tent stands Paldrok, arms folded, brow arched, already wearing that infuriating half smirk.
Well, if it isn't the Baron of Bad Ideas himself, returned from the shores of Whispering Lunacy. Did the fishhooks in Teller's beard finally spell something sensible?
I said the crate walks without legs.
No, so it's improved since last time. You'll forgive me if I don't reorganize the schedule over a box with ambition.
It's not just a box. It ums, it sings, it may bleed. He called it someone, not something.
That clears it up. Definitely sounds like the kind of thing you let waltz off a ship unattended. Maybe give it a dressing room, a modest stipend?
This isn't a jest, Paldrok.
Then why, in Shade's name, did you ask Tellers?
Because he's the only lunatic in the known world whose ravings occasionally align with reality, like a shattered clock that still whispers midnight.
And you're surprised it told you riddles in the shape of soup spoons? The man's mind is a cupboard of broken teacups.
Ha! He named the pier. He named the tide. He described the crate to a degree unsettling even for him. That's why I'm here and not still scraping barnacle riddles off his teeth.
So, what now, Maximus? You playing Ringmaster again until a ghost crate with performance anxiety rolls into Port Nightsong?
Precisely. Until I have eyes on that ship, I run this caravan. The stages, the schedules, the coin, you defer to me.
Of course. Oh, mighty returned maestro. Shall I unpick the banners and reweave them in the shape of your frustration?
Paldrok!
Okay, you're back. The throne is yours. But I hope you brought more than road dust and bad moods. The dancers are restless, the fire breather's drunk again, and your favourite strongman tried to court a noblewoman with a beetle poem.
Of course he did.
He rhymed chiting with biting, or should I say, chitting with bitting. It was a disaster.
Remind me why I ever left.
Because you thought one madman might have a truth hidden in his beard. And you were right. Just unfortunate enough to have to smell it first.
The chamber is a cathedral of stone and shadow. Braziers crackle with deep blue flame. At the apex of the great stair, seated on a throne carved from backbone and obsidian, sits Lord Volkov. His pale features are statuesque, his eyes ageless. At his side stands Tarvek, his spymaster, clothed in layers of shadow silk and silence, and General Jericho, a towering figure in lacquered crimson armour. his fists clenched with barely restrained fury. He's returned. Fort Titan, as predicted.
Then we move now. I'll take a wing of the Crimson Guard, drag them both back, her and Maximus. Let the Ondarians protest, if they dare.
You would wage war for a whisper, Jericho.
A whisper wrapped in a cloak and welcomed under your son's roof. The girl, whoever she is, overheard something no mortal should. She must be silenced.
Unwise and unnecessary. She poses no threat. Maximus, on the other hand, poses potential.
He has gone rogue before.
He was never domesticated to begin with. The girl. She is named Aleta, or so my outer agents whisper. They say she arrived cloaked, masked, carefully hidden, but not from us. Maximus brought her in himself.
That alone is cause for action. He's never returned from his expeditions with company, let alone one wrapped in secrets.
Which is why we watch, not march. To move against him now would only galvanize his sympathizers. There are many still loyal to him, even within our walls.
Then you would have us do nothing.
No, General. I would have you remember your place. You are my hammer. I do not use a hammer to open a lock. Tarvek, send watchers. I want eyes in the dust and ears in the tent flaps. Learn what she knows. Learn what she says to him. And if he begins searching for the crown again, then let him. Let him bleed and sweat for it. Let him burn for it, so long as he believes it was his own decision.
And if he succeeds,
then Jericho, he will have fulfilled his task. The fire is already kindling inside him. I can feel it. The storm in his thoughts, the gnawing obsession. He burns, even if he hides his smoke. He always did play his best when the stakes were buried in myth. Then let the myth move him. But ensure that we are the ones who direct the wind.
and if she is lying,
She isn't. I can feel it. The girl spoke truth. Perhaps not the whole of it, but enough to light the path. Maximus has heard her. Now we watch what he does with what he's been given. And the girl? She is not to be touched. Not harmed, not frightened. She is irrelevant, unless he makes her otherwise.
and if he defies you,
Then he proves he is my son. For now, let the game play out, gently, invisibly, until the crown surfaces, or the boy burns himself out, chasing it. In the stone heart of Necrotia, where silence carries weight and shadows hold court, the pieces stir. A girl cloaked in secrets, a son drawn once more into the flame, and a father cold calculating who sees not rebellion, but inevitability. Beneath the calm the fire gathers. What begins in whispers will end in thunder, and though none move openly, the game has already begun. In the land of desert where the sand is gold, I'm Maximus the master with a story to unfold. I got steampunk attire, I'm the man of the hour. With a blue tweed suit I embody the power. Top hat, goggles and a red beard that shines. Show man supreme, my skill is divine. In the desert realm where the sun sets ablaze, I lead the caravan, set the standards and the maze. I'm the maestro, the chief, the one in command. With a white shirt crisp, my presence is grand. Every deal I make, every showing I lead, I'm the best in the game with unmatched speed. Arrogance, sure, it's a part of my flair. Popularity's a myth, success is my air. In the markets and courts, my name is on the rise. You can fear me if you want, plus I see through your lies. Caravans flourish under my reign supreme. In this desert expanse, I live in the dream. My enterprise glows with a luminous sheen. Maximus commands, and the results are seen. They whisper, they chat about my lofty pride, but when they need the best, they seek me as a guide. My red hair flames with ambition and might. In the desert of dreams, I am the light. Now reaching the end, my legacy stays. Maximus the master in a million ways. The monarchy is my stage to control. Every step that I take, I'm reaching my goal. With my caravan bound for horizons so wide, I'm the best in the business and I never hide. A pain in the neck, that's a badge I wear proud. For I'm Maximus the king and I stand out in the crowd. So remember my name as the caravan rolls. Maximus the legend with stories untold. In the desert realm where my empire unfurled, I'm the master of showman, the king of this world. The journey may end, but my mark will remain. Maximus forever in glory and fame. A showman unmatched in every domain. I'm the best, and my reign will sustain.